What are you doing here?
I believe you borrowed some videotapes from my hotel room.
Yeah, well, they're in the dumpster, so why don't you climb in there where you belong and fish them out?
Oh, you can turn your back on me, Baldwin, but not on the tapes. You must have watched them, and there we were. Lucy and me, sharing such intimacies.
I know what you're up to. However, my father's about to go into major surgery. Otherwise, I would take you apart like a piece of well-cooked chicken.
Oh, yes, of course. You're occupied. I understand. Under a lot of stress. Would it help if I took Lucy off your hands for a while?
Maybe I didn't make myself clear. You see, I'm going to control my temper for my father's sake. But you lied, you manipulated, and you forced yourself on Lucy, like the coward that you are. So why don't you just get out of this hospital?
We had hoped we were mistaken.
No. No.
Then this is Victor Collins.
Lucy, I'm sorry you heard that.
Your boyfriend doesn't have a clue what really happened between us, does he?
Why are you here? You have caused enough trouble.
I'm merely trying to clear up a misconception. Not only did you consent to being with me, but you threw yourself into it body and soul.
Yeah, well, she was helpless and confused, you idiot.
Why don't you just face the fact that Lucy and I are in love?
Let's face the fact that you're living in fantasy land. My father's about to go into surgery. He's twice the man that you are. So would you get out of this hospital?
Oh, wait a minute. Is this the same Lee Baldwin who's been accused of incompetency and cruelty?
You know what the hell?
Scott,
Come on,
no,
take
no,
your
that's
head
what
right
he
off.
wants. You're falling right into his hands. Scott, I love you. I love you. He wants to hurt us. Let him go. He wants to make you do this. He's a big bully. Let him go. Listen, we don't give him his way, okay? Today is not about him. It's about your father. And it's about Serena. She is so worried that she's never going to see her grandfather again. And it's about Christina, and it's about me. I need you right now more than I ever have needed you.
You never had her. You never will. Now get out of this hospital before you end up in here.
I've said what I had to say. Just remember, the next time you wake up from a nightmare and need someone to hold you.
I will have Scott.
Will he be enough?
You know how I close? I just came here to
I know.
actually...
Hey, I know. But you didn't go all the way there. I am just so sorry all of this has happened.
It wasn't your fault, Lucy.
But I did it, and I didn't stop it.
You did nothing wrong.
Hey.
Come here.
Scott, we just got paged. They're ready to take Lee to surgery.
Well, thank you for keeping Pumpkinhead here occupied. Our pleasure. And, does Amy still have Christine in your office? She's okay, right?
She's all squared away, Lucy.
Thanks.
Hey, Dad, you all set?
Hi, son.
Dinah, look, just look at all these people. We're all here to be rooting you on.
Yeah, well, y'all look terrible. I mean, I'm more worried about you than myself.
Well, that's because you just have to lay here, and then you get to be the hero.
Well, I never give up.
Grandpa, guess what? Daddy says that I'm stubborn, and I get it from him, and he says he gets it from you.
Yeah, so now you go in there and you show these doctors and this embolism just how stubborn we can be.
Okay, ready?
Not just yet. I love you. And I'll see you very soon.
Now, don't keep us waiting.
Bye, sweetheart.
I'll come out when I can to tell you how it's going.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks. Thanks, Karen.
Can we buy Grandpa Lee a present for when he wakes up?
Oh, that's a really good idea. You know, we'll go down to the gift shop and look for something, huh?
Okay, I'll get the elevator.
Good.
He's gonna make it.
I know he will. He has to.
What was the cause of death?
According to the pathologist, a massive stroke.
That doesn't make any sense. My father had no risk for a stroke. He had no arterial damage. His blood pressure was normal.
You see for yourself.
Where was the body found?
In an alley. He'd been dead for some time.
I'd like to examine the body myself.
Neither of you are licensed to practice in this country. Of course, as soon as Victor returns to the United States...
That's too late. If you embalm the body here, you may destroy any evidence.
Of what? Our autopsy is complete. Of course, the detectives will follow up on the case, but this is not a suspicious death. Your father died of natural causes.
He just keeled over? In a dark alley? Why did it take you so long to identify the body?
Well, at first, we had nothing to go on.
He didn't have his passport? No wallet? No luggage? Nothing? And you don't find that the least bit suspicious?
Kevin,
We assume he was robbed.
look, you've just had a terrible shock. Maybe we should just go back to the hotel.
No, not yet.
Look, we're not gonna get anything more here today. Why don't we just go back to the hotel and try and make sense of it on our own?
Fine.
Karen. Are you sure you're up for this?
You mean because Lee's my grandfather? Yeah, I could handle it. I only wish I could do something more than just observe. But at least it'll give me a chance to keep the family posted on how the surgery's going.
Oh, didn't we observe a,
Pulmonary lobectomy?
Right.
Yeah, yeah. When we were first-year interns.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I lost my surgical notes. I couldn't find them. But it'll all come back to me.
Even the part where you got shaky knees.
Well, that's because I hadn't eaten all day.
You know, we could have marketed that. The intern diet.
Work a 48-hour shift to lose all the weight you want. Well, I better go scrub.
Joe, it's reassuring that you're part of the team operating on Lee.
I'll see you inside.
Yeah, no,
Oh, that's good, Amy. Okay, just please call me if you have any problem at all. You know where you can get me. Okay, thanks a lot.
How's Christina?
She's actually good. She's sleeping like a baby. Not a care in the world.
Just like Serena. She went out just like that, too, when she was a baby. Boom, gone sleeping. Not me, you know. I'm always staring up at the ceiling, worrying about things. You're awfully quiet, Lucy. You okay? You want some chocolate?
No. Thanks, I'm fine. Can I ask you something?
Yep.
Okay, you know, there I was. There she was. Evie, whatever, White. You know, this person. And the whole time I kept getting this impression, this suggestion that I was acting or somehow something was familiar about everything.
Well, you know, that makes perfect sense because Bordizo had these files on us, you know, so he knew all about you, what you used to be like, you know, when you used to only care about yourself and you used to only care about money.
Right. That's exactly right. So that greedy little gold digger that was me was enjoying herself and having the time of my life. And so now I've been wondering why I feel like I did something wrong, and now I realize I did. That's because I did do something wrong, didn't I?
No, Lucy. It's not your fault.
I feel like it is my fault. I don't feel like that. How would I do that? How can I get past this?
Well, let's see. We could press charges against Bordizo. God knows we have enough evidence, don't we?
Yeah, we could do that. Right, and then there'd be a trial. And then there'd be all this horrible publicity. You know, they'd probably run those videotapes over and over on a news channel, and then... Oh, my God, Scott, Serena would probably see them. How would I explain myself? How would I tell her about this?
Well, we would just explain it to Serena. She's got to learn what's right or wrong, right? I mean, she's got to eventually learn that. And she should learn it early in life.
What is going on here? What are you doing? Are you telling me this is what you want me to do? You want me to go through with this, press those charges? Is that it?
Why? Do you think it's, being selfish of me?
No. No, I don't think you are at all.
Well, you see, I've got these pictures in my head from a certain videotape that I saw. I want things to go back to the way they were.
And, that's never gonna happen, I guess.
Lucy, I'm not trying to influence you one way or the other. I just want you to be happy. I want you to be happy about yourself. So whatever you decide, I will stick by you.
Thanks. And I want to decide. I'm trying. I want to make up my mind. You know, I just want to make sure that I make the right choice. The problem is I'm just not sure what that is.
I need my phone book.
Why?
I don't want to do this at all, but I need to let Mary know what happened to Victor.
Oh, Kevin, it's late. Why don't you wait and call her in the morning?
And what am I supposed to do in the meantime? If I stand still, Eve, I don't know what'll happen.
What, maybe you'll break down? Kevin, you need to cry.
I'm fine.
Right. Right, my father, the secret agent, was just found dead in an alley next to a bunch of garbage cans, all alone in the dark in a country far away, and his body lay unclaimed. But hey, oh yeah, gotta find your phone book.
I'm a Collins, Eve.
What, stiff upper lip?
Yes, that's right.
Fine. Fine, keep your emotions bottled up inside, just like Victor and his secret life.
I was just getting used to having him here. Driving me crazy.
Hey, playing his accordion.
Oh, that lousy accordion.
I need to know what really happened to him.
You don't think that he died of a massive stroke?
I just find out that for 30 years my father's been doing intelligence work. Suddenly he disappears and ends up dead in an alley. He didn't have a stroke. Someone murdered him.
And I'm gonna find out who did it. And why.
Haley loves Mateo, and Ryan is her best friend.
I'd appreciate it if you'd look out for her.
But when friendship crosses the line,
Somebody saw us.
What if she tells Mateo?
secrets have to be kept,
I saw my best friend kissing my ex-husband.
or lives will be destroyed.
Get away from her.
Escape to All My Children on ABC Daytime.
You know, I should go and check on Christina again, I think.
No, Lucy, you don't have to. I just checked with Amy, and she said she was sound asleep, and she would call us when she woke up.
Okay, good, thanks.
The paper says we're going to have a long, hot summer.
Mm. You know, I didn't even order my glads, the ones that I want to plant this year.
Oh, Gail, you have tons of gladiolas already.
You know what? You sound just like Lee. He always says, don't buy any more glads now. Just use the ones you have. Just break them up. Can't you do that? That's how I know it's spring, because we always have this gladiola fight.
What's Burnt Sienna?
Oh, let's see. I know Sienna's a town.
Why did they burn it?
That's a very good question. I don't know.
I mean, as if Lee ever dug up a gladiola bulb. Oh, boy, this is lovely, though. Look, Lucy, isn't that beautiful?
Oh, those are beautiful, Gail. I think you should order all of those, a ton of them.
Oh, I think that you ought to check with Lee first.
Yeah, well, I think we ought to have our argument first, and then I'll order.
Why did they burn Sienna?
Serena, they didn't burn it. It's just a color, just the name of a color.
Kind of like, umber. What's that? Umber. I don't know what that is.
I think I have umber.
Oh. Hey.
I wish there was one thing that I could just do for him.
You are doing absolutely everything you can do already.
No, Lucy, we're pretending that nothing is going on here. I'm yelling at my own daughter here, you know, and I don't know what's going on here.
Well, it's kind of like this. I was just sitting here, and it hit me that we need diapers for Christina. And then I was thinking, how could I be thinking about diapers at a time like this? But then I realized that's what we do.
You're right. Christina's gonna need a new bottle and get herself changed, and I've got to explain to Serena about these crayon colors.
Right, we just keep on going. We keep doing what we do. Because
Right.
we need to do that.
Yes, we do. Otherwise, I'd be thinking about my father being cut up by a bunch of doctors, and...
I'm not disagreeing with you yet. But what makes you think that the pathologist made a mistake? Signs of a massive stroke are very hard to miss.
If an autopsy was performed at all.
Oh, Kevin, that's quite a leap.
Is it? Then why wouldn't they let us examine the body? And what about this Zorin character? How he suddenly, conveniently locates my father's body in an alley? And let's not forget the tracking device that we believe he put in your carry-on. But fine. Tell me I'm seeing a vast conspiracy that doesn't exist.
Well, I think that Mr. Zorin is a little young to have been on the grassy knoll. But The main thing I'm thinking about right now is how we're going to break into that morgue.
You believe me?
Well, there's definitely something wrong here.
Which means we have to examine Victor's body before they have a chance to cover up the evidence.
Yes, and if there is some evidence...
Then that means Victor was killed because of what he was doing. And frankly, I don't feel good about dragging you into something like that.
We're partners.
For now. But don't be surprised if I ask you to back off. If Victor was killed because of what he was involved in, and frankly, right now, I'm convinced of that. But I want to make sure that he didn't die in vain.
Tonight, the amazing story of a 31-year-old felon who almost got away with posing as a high school student on 2020. Then Nick was a pilot with 3 wives in 3 cities. Now they're getting even. Melrose Place's Jack Wagner stars in a movie inspired by actual events. Frequent Flyer on the ABC Monday Night Movie tonight. Catch up with your ABC soaps. Read the Daily Scoop at abc.com, part of the Go Network.